through the night as authorities race to assess structural safety. The shocking video clips now define the public memory of the quake, making this one of the most widely documented earthquakes in India's recent history. A powerful earthquake has struck India. The ground shook violently, leaving millions in shock. Buildings trembled and windows shattered. People rushed into the streets, terrified by the sudden movement. According to local authorities, the epicenter was recorded deep underground. Major news channels such as BBC News, CNN International, NDTV, and Al Jazeera are now covering the situation. Eyewitnesses shared dramatic footage on social media. Videos quickly went viral, showing collapsing structures and panicked crowds. In several cities, power outages were reported. Emergency services were immediately dispatched to affected regions. Hospitals prepared for a surge of patients. Rescue teams are working to reach those trapped under debris. Seismologists describe the quake as one of the strongest in recent years. People living hundreds of kilometers away also felt the tremors. In Delhi, Mumbai, and Kolkata, residents reported swaying furniture. Television anchors described scenes of chaos and fear. International media highlighted the resilience of Indian citizens. Neighbors rushed to help each other, showing unity in a difficult moment. Local news channels broadcast continuous updates, warning people to stay cautious. Aftershocks rattled several regions, forcing people to remain outdoors. Some schools and offices were evacuated as a safety measure. Authorities are urging people to avoid crowded areas. Videos trending online captured the terrifying moment buildings began to crack. One clip showed a market street collapsing within seconds. Another video displayed commuters running from a train station as ceilings shook. Hashtags related to the earthquake dominated global social media. Journalists from Reuters, Sky News and Times Now are reporting live. The Indian Meteorological Department continues to track seismic activity. Residents are advised to follow official announcements closely. The government has opened emergency shelters for displaced families. International aid organizations are standing by, prepared to assist. Experts warn that aftershocks may continue for several days. Many families are sleeping outside to stay safe from falling structures. The viral footage has captured global attention. Viewers around the world are sending messages of support to India. News anchors emphasize the importance of disaster preparedness. Scientists are studying the quake to better understand regional seismic risks. In interviews, survivors describe the sound of walls cracking and glass breaking. One resident said it felt like the earth was roaring beneath their feet. Another spoke about holding their children tightly as the ground shook. The strength of community response is remarkable. Volunteers are distributing food, water and blankets. Clips broadcast on India Today and CNN show courageous rescue efforts. The earthquake will likely remain one of the most talked about events of the year. The viral videos are now part of a global conversation on natural disasters. For now, the priority is saving lives and ensuring safety. Authorities stress that people should remain calm and cooperate with emergency workers. As investigations continue, the world watches India with concern and solidarity. A powerful earthquake has struck India. The shaking was intense. People across several regions reported strong tremors. Many rushed out of their homes in panic. The ground kept moving for several seconds. Buildings swayed and alarms went off. Residents described the scene as terrifying. Videos from the affected areas are going viral. Some clips show furniture shaking violently. Others capture crowds gathering in open spaces. Local media outlets are providing continuous updates. Channels like NDTV and India Today are broadcasting live coverage. International networks such as BBC News and CNN also reported the incident. Emergency services were quickly deployed. Authorities are assessing the scale of the damage. Reports mention cracks in walls and collapsed structures. Mobile networks experienced temporary disruptions. Social media platforms are flooded with eyewitness accounts. Twitter and Instagram are filled with dramatic footage. Many posts have already gained millions of views. Experts are monitoring for possible aftershocks. The Indian Meteorological Department issued statements about seismic activity. People were advised to remain cautious. Schools and offices were evacuated as a safety measure. Hospitals hospitals prepared for possible injuries. News anchors highlighted the resilience of the communities. Several rescue teams are on standby. Government officials assured that relief operations are underway. The quake was felt in multiple cities. Some areas closer to the epicenter experienced stronger effects. Electricity outages were reported in a few towns. Videos show frightened families holding each other tightly. Others show prayer gatherings forming in the streets. Helicopters may be used for aerial survey. Scientists explained the region's vulnerability to seismic events. India lies in an active earthquake zone. Past earthquakes have caused major disruptions in this area. This event is a reminder of the unpredictable power of nature. Many journalists on the ground continue their live reports. Channels such as Times Now and Z News share round-the-clock updates. International headlines call it one of the most widely shared viral moments. Videos showing collapsing walls and shaking cameras spread rapidly. Residents spoke of fear, but also of unity. Communities are helping one another. Some temples and public spaces opened to shelter those who fled. The viral video clips highlight both chaos and resilience. Experts are analyzing the footage to understand the tremor's strength. Seismologists worldwide, a powerful earthquake has shaken parts of India. Residents reported feeling the ground trembling early in the morning. Buildings swayed for several seconds and people rushed into the streets. The sudden movement caused panic in several cities. Local television channels broadcast live coverage of the incident. News anchors from India Today, NDTV, and Times Now described the quake as one of the strongest in recent months. Emergency services were immediately deployed to the affected areas. Videos recorded by eyewitnesses quickly went viral on social media. Clips show furniture shaking, ceiling fans swinging, and frightened families gathering outside. In some regions, cracks appeared on roads and walls. Authorities confirmed that schools and offices were evacuated as a precaution. Local police advised citizens to remain calm and stay away from damaged structures. Reporters from CNN International and BBC News provided updates, highlighting the global attention the event has received. International seismology centers detected the tremor and are monitoring possible aftershocks. According to early reports, the magnitude was strong enough to be felt across state borders. Residents in Delhi, Kolkata, and even smaller towns said the shaking lasted long enough to cause fear. Television coverage showed images of people comforting each other in crowded open spaces. Many people used their mobile phones to call family members and confirm their safety. The earthquake also caused brief power outages in some districts. Cell phone networks experienced heavy traffic as news spread rapidly. Geologists explained on air that India lies in a seismically active region, which makes quakes of this kind possible. The viral videos captured the raw emotions of people as the earth moved beneath them. Clips shared on major platforms showed children crying and adults praying while alarms sounded in the background. Local hospitals reported that some residents suffered minor injuries during the rush to evacuate buildings. Emergency medical teams remain on high alert. The National Disaster Response Force has been mobilized to inspect structural damage. News anchors on Al Jazeera and Sky News emphasized the importance of preparedness during such events. Experts reminded citizens that aftershocks could follow, urging people to avoid tall or unstable structures. Meanwhile, many international outlets praised the quick reaction of local authorities. Indian Express reported that public transportation was temporarily suspended in some areas for safety inspections. The quake has sparked wide conversations online. Hashtags related to the earthquake quickly trended worldwide, with millions of people discussing their experiences. Several viral clips show tall buildings in urban centers visibly swaying. Other videos captured crowds gathered in open parks, seeking safety away from concrete structures. Citizens expressed both fear and relief that the tremor ended without widespread destruction. Journalists noted how quickly raw footage spread, making the earthquake one of the most covered breaking news events of the day. The viral nature of these videos has drawn comparisons to past disasters disasters that shook the region. Even though the situation created panic, many people praised the resilience and calm demonstrated by communities. In some areas, volunteers distributed water and basic supplies to people waiting outside. Local authorities assured the public that inspection teams are assessing bridges, highways, and residential areas. NDTV's live coverage interviewed experts who stressed the need for stronger building codes in earthquake-prone regions. For many residents, the Terremoto served as a reminder of nature's power. Videos continue to circulate, drawing millions of views and reactions worldwide. This earthquake in India has not only shaken buildings, but also shaken emotions, leaving people more aware of the importance of preparedness and safety. The tremor was felt across several states, with sudden jolts reported in both urban and rural areas. Eyewitnesses described strong shaking that lasted for several seconds, causing panic as people rushed out of their homes and offices. Local news channels in India quickly broadcast live coverage of the event, while international networks like CNN, BBC, and Al Jazeera picked up the story within minutes. Footage of the quake began circulating on social media platforms almost instantly. One viral video shows buildings swaying violently, with people shouting and running into the streets for safety. Another clip captures ceiling fans swinging and household items falling to the ground. NDV, India Today and Times Now are reporting that emergency services have been dispatched to the affected regions. Rescue teams are checking for damage to infrastructure, while hospitals are preparing to treat possible injuries. Authorities are urging residents to remain calm but stay alert as aftershocks may follow. Seismologists are analyzing the magnitude and depth of the quake to determine the potential risk of additional seismic activity. According to early reports on BBC World News, the earthquake was strong enough to be felt in neighboring countries as well. The sudden impact disrupted daily life, with metro services temporarily suspended in some major cities. Videos uploaded by locals show cracks forming on walls, broken windows, and people gathering in open spaces away from tall structures. Social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube are flooded with viral clips, many of which are now trending worldwide. International outlets including Reuters and Sky News highlight the speed at which the footage spread, capturing global attention in real time. CNN reports that the earthquake struck without warning, leaving many people in disbelief at the intensity. The viral video from India has become one of the most shared disaster